It's December 9th, 2021, and you are listening to the Take the Over podcast presented by Live Casino. Let's go. Let's go. We have an absolutely massive week coming up here, and I'm excited to bring it to you guys. Welcome to the show today. My name is Derek, as always, and joining me is our faithful co-host, yet again, Drew Hirchko. Drew, how we doing?
Your name is Derek, as always.
Derek, as always.
Derek, as always.
That's a bad name.
I like that's a good ring.
That's a
good
bad
ring to
name.
that. I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah?
I can't complain. We do have a nice week coming up, I think. A
Big
couple
week.
double-digit lines in the NFL. And then also on today's show, we have a guest to go outside of our NFL bubble. We can expand it a little bit.
That's true. What Drew is talking about is this is a big week for UFC. I was told.
Apparently.
I don't know. I don't know anything about it. But we decided, hey, the Christmas season is upon us, and you guys need some money to buy stupid gifts for relatives that you don't like. So we have a guy coming on the show today, our in-house UFC expert, and he's going to give you some picks. And Jesse's already in the chat saying, Drew. So apparently you're really good at duck pin bowling, and you have a fan. It's your cap. That's your captain.
That's our team captain.
That's your team.
Yep, that's our team. We have a roster of 5.
All right.
And 6, and we have like 3 of the top 5 averages in the league. Not to brag, but it's like,
I mean, that sounded like a
it's
brag.
Like,
I don't know.
It's pretty much a juggernaut. It's unstoppable.
It's pretty much a juggernaut. Patriots, early 2000s, and this guy over here with what was it? Duck pin.
That's it.
Duck pin bowling.
That's it.
Hey,
just set aside 4 or 5 hours of your life.
the pins are smaller, right?
Pins are smaller. Ball is smaller.
Oh, the ball smaller too. Well, that would make sense.
Frustrations are much bigger.
Frustrations are much bigger. Hey, we got a great show for you guys today. We weren't on air last week. I was traveling through North Dakota and Wyoming.
Selfish.
And I got to tell you right now, man, if you ever get the chance to go to North Dakota, just say hi to all 12 people that live there. They're really doing great. So we didn't get to do a show last week, but we are going to be back. And you know what? We need a big week. We need a big week.
We do.
We need a massive week, and I feel a big week coming.
I did do a little bit of research beforehand, not so
All
much
right.
in the stats like you. I do enjoy your stats, though. But I
just
did look
try
at the lines before I got here today because we need a big week.
We do.
Wanted to change something up, and I got a couple of recommendations as well from some trusted sources. So
all right.
We'll see how those play.
That sounded so sketchy the way you just said that. I got a couple recommendations from some trusted sources, like somebody in the NFL. You got some.
It's a trusted.
Are you paying some people off?
It's somebody that I trust.
Okay. I
have trust.
You're paying people
They
off.
have built up trust with me, and I trust them.
All right. Big week.
I think we're going to have one.
Big week. If you are joining us right now on the podcast, or the show, watching it live, it's a big week because tonight is Thursday night, and we always start off with Thursday night football. And this week is extra special for the people at home watching from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, because your team, your Pittsburgh Steelers, are playing the Minnesota Vikings. And that's the Lizzo in me, and it's an interesting game. I think it's an interesting game because it's one of those games where I don't know who the hell either of these two teams are. The Vikings lost to the Lions last week.
Yep.
The Steelers should have lost to the Baltimore Ravens last week. Why you go for 2 on that play? I can only assume it was John Harbaugh saying, "Fuck you, Derek," because I picked the Ravens, and he didn't want to take it to overtime. He just wanted to make me lose now.
Do you think Harbaugh made that call, or do you think that may have been
100% Harbaugh made that call?
Lamar Jackson. Remember the 4th down last year? Whenever he just looked at Lamar, do you want to go for it? Lamar was like, "Yeah, we'll go for it."
Well,
so here's the thing: you have 3 yards to get to the end zone
right.
for a 2-point conversion to win the game, essentially.
Yeah, it would have.
So that's basically you're saying, okay, we have 3 yards. We have one of the I don't know how to describe Lamar Jackson, because I wouldn't say he's one of the best quarterbacks. He's one of the most mobile, obviously.
Right.
But he's
not clutch. He's lost every playoff game.
That's and it's like he's not electric necessarily, because it's like his highs and lows are pretty high and pretty low. It seems like. Right. So I don't know how to volatile. You got a volatile quarterback.
Yeah.
So you've got a volatile quarterback and
good weapons
and something that you got to get 3 yards. Right. Do you trust your quarterback more than you trust your defense in overtime, basically?
Well, not only that, who's on the sideline? Justin Tucker, the greatest kicker in NFL history. He's never missed a PAT in his life. The reason they did it, I really truly believe this, the reason they did this was because if they win that game, win it outright, Steelers' playoff hopes are done. Yeah. They don't have to worry about seeing them again in December or January when it actually matters. And I thought he was just trying to put the game away real quick. He didn't, and now
really,
the Steelers are really.
If Andrews pulls that in, then that's conversion
for sure. Or did he just say, you know what? I have so much faith in Justin Tucker that we're going to get this onside kick. Because
which was
it
pretty
was
cool
a good
too.
it was a good onside kick
cool.
but your percentages of getting an onside kick versus beating a 48-year-old Ben Roethlisberger in overtime. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, but tonight is a new game. Pittsburgh at Minnesota. The line I think is at 3.5 right now.
Still is on
FanDuel.
FanDuel.
3.5 on FanDuel. And before we jump into that, we should probably thank the great people that let us do this show. So the people over there at the Live Casino in Pittsburgh, where if you're looking for a place to spend some holiday cash or make some more holiday cash, you should do that at the Live Casino. They have some great restaurants. They have a Guy Fieri restaurant there. I don't know. I've not eaten there yet.
Is that how you pronounce that?
Guy Fieri?
Guy Fieri.
Fieri? Did I just have a stroke?
Fieri.
Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you're right. You're right.
It's his restaurant.
Wow. Such disrespect.
If someone said Derek Knopfsnyder, I would correct them as well.
That's fair.
I would ask if that's how they pronounce that.
Hey, Guy, if you're watching this.
Or Pat.
Hey, Guy, if you're watching this, I apologize. I didn't mean to do that to you. But if you're looking for a good place to go and have some fun, spend a night, you would not be able to tell that. It was an old Macy's, I think it was, or a Bonton. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was a Bonton.
You wouldn't
I
be
spent
able to
some time
tell.
there. They even took out the ground round. There used to be a ground round.
Oh, that's right.
That ground round, I was never in there, but from the way that it looked
there's
outside,
a reason.
Yeah, for the way it looked, I've said this as long as I've been alive. From the way that it looked from the outside, the ground round, also the name ground round, I just envision whenever you walk in, like the ground is actual grass.
Yeah.
Like you sit on grass indoors.
Yeah.
And it's just absolutely disgusting.
That
Anyways, RIP ground round, but it's not there anymore. But it's, the Bonton is where the live casino is. And since you weren't here last week, I actually I went along with a couple of friends out to the live casino on Thursday.
Yeah, you took
we
him.
watched,
You took him.
Yeah, we watched
local celebrity there.
couple quarters of the Saints-Cowboys game, and I really had a good time. So
Yeah.
it is a good place to be on a Thursday night.
Did you do it at Sports and Social, or did you do it at the FanDuel?
We were all over the place. Sports
Okay.
and Social, blackjack tables, in the sports book, and in the Lazy Boys chair. So
Nice.
it was overall a pretty good evening. I think a good place to spend a few hours for sure, and it is really cool. It's what refer to Vegas as being out west,
Right.
going out west to Vegas, and then Greensburg's out east. So
That's true.
I went out east to Live Casino last week.
I will also say, if you're looking for a place to spend some time, watch some games, that FanDuel Fan Cave down there is amazing.
Fan Cave is really
The
cool.
Fan Cave's really cool. You have full reclining chairs. You have places, kiosks you can put sports bets in right there at the chairs. Lean back, sit back, have a few beers, and have a good time. So thank you to the Live Casino for making this show possible, and thank you to our listeners to also make this show possible. And also, you're welcome for the free money that we are about to give you, because I'm telling you right now, I'm calling it right now. I haven't felt this good since like week 4. We're having a big week this week. We're having and we haven't had a losing week since we've had one losing week in the NFL season.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate.
We've been very fortunate.
Whenever our 500 weeks, whenever we say that those are down weeks,
Exactly.
that's a very fortunate.
It's very
place.
fortunate. This is a big week. Starting what? Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, just looking way forward. I'm not sure where our bet the house picks are at. We might have to listen back and see where they're
Mine
at.
aren't good.
I know yours aren't great, and we've kind of lost track. I think I'm right at about 500. I texted you the bet the house pick on Sunday as the game started. Miami, I hit that one.
All right.
We're not going to count that, or maybe we will. We'll see.
Will depend if the beard if it's it.
But I did text bet the house pick. It was Miami minus.
That's right. I do
4.5.
remember that. I
Yeah.
do remember.
Oh,
that.
I got the timestamps.
No, you don't need me.
Yeah.
So where
we get ready for big week.
Big week. Where are you feeling with the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Minnesota Vikings?
Well, I was actually looking. Had you looked at Kirk Cousins' stats?
Dude, Kirk Cousins has won one primetime game. He's playing well this year, but in his career, he's won one primetime game, which I would consider Thursday night a primetime game. That's me.
Just looking at his stats,
Yeah.
he's 305 of 446, so he's roughly 2/3, 67%, probably a little over that.
Not bad.
3,300 yards, 25 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
That's big.
His numbers, whenever you look at them on paper, are very, very good.
Yeah, and the team is not.
And the team is not. No, that's what Dalvin Cook is still questionable.
Yep.
I'll be
I think
paying
he'll
attention.
play. I think
I
he'll
have
play.
him starting in my fantasy lineup
I think
tonight,
he'll play.
so I'll have to check that out if he's not going to play. But either way, they have Madison backing him up. What I was going to pick first here is the over for receiving yards for Deontay Johnson.
Okay.
That's what I think, and you're gonna have to watch the whole game to get that, because I think that the Steelers, there's a chance that they're not going to perform very well.
Yeah.
And so, but he's great for second half of the fourth quarter.
They don't target him often.
He has, I don't know how they track this category in the NFL, but he has 0 drops this year. I find that hard to believe, but I don't know how they classify a drop. But he has on official stats, he's got 0 drops.
I mean, that doesn't suck.
But either way, that's my inkling for that game. The one thing I like right away is the over for Deontay Johnson yards, receiving yards, and that number right now on FanDuel is 79.5. So over 79.5 receiving yards for Deontay Johnson. I think that's going to be easy, so long as there's not an injury.
All right.
Knock on wood for that.
All right. I don't know, man. Pittsburgh is 5-2 against the spread as an underdog. They are Minnesota is 4-1 against the spread as a favorite. Pittsburgh is the 27th defense in stopping the run. The Vikings are 29th. So if Najee is 100% and Dalvin Cook is 100%, well, he's definitely not 100%. The big thing here is Adam Thielen's out, so that's gonna definitely hurt the offense a little bit. Just one less guy for the Pittsburgh Steelers to have to guard. Both defenses are giving up over 24 points a game this season. I mean, again, who knows what either of these two teams are? That's the hard part. The hard part is because you just don't know. The Vikings come out and they beat teams up over and over and over again, and then they just lose bad games where they should never lose. You know what sounds good, though? That over is only, what, 44.5?
Oh, I was going to say fried mozzarella.
Yeah, but it also sounds good. Fried mozzarella, fried pickles. 44.5 is the over right now.
44.5. It's minus 115 for the over right now. So it's trending 45.
Hit that now. 44.5. Yeah.
There's not much. We got a couple hours to kick off, but 44.5 is where it's at right now.
I think that's my pick. My pick is the over 44.5. If I were also going to make another pick, I would say Pittsburgh Steelers plus 9.5 over 38.5. Do one of those. Do one of those bets.
Yep.
I don't think they're gonna. If they win this game, they could win it outright. But if they lose, they're not going to lose by more than 9.5 points. Is basically what I'm saying there. So I think it gets over 38.5.
I think if they either lose this game by like one possession, a couple points, or they lose it by 40, like they did to the Bengals. I think that the Associated Press came out with an article that the title I want to share.
You citing your sources.
The title of the article is "Close Game Expert Steelers Visit Snake-Bitten Vikings," and it's very true. Obviously, I think it's hard to dispute that the Steelers in close games, Baltimore and they are 6-5-1.
Yeah,
6-5-1 right now, and that's I don't think a lot of people had them there at this point. But also they're coming up to their toughest part of the schedule, starting with the Vikings tonight.
Ben's playing decent right now. I mean, if you look at his numbers over the last 6 games, he's playing really good football. So much so that he was like, I'm just going to ride this hot hand out and retire. So are you taking anything here? You're taking DeAndre Johnson over Deontay. Sorry, Jesus, Dick. Deontay Johnson over 79.5 receiving yards.
That's it.
And that's it.
I also like your Steelers plus 9.5 and then over 38.5.
I think it's a bad bet. Can I interest you in a boost? Since FanDuel was nice enough to give us a boost here.
What do you have in mind?
Justin Jefferson and Najee Harris to score a touchdown plus 350.
Both of them have to score.
Both of them have to score a touchdown.
Yeah, I like that.
Najee Harris is going to get his. Because they're terrible at running. They're terrible at running the ball. Justin Jefferson's just electric.
And for our move, somebody's gonna get down to like the 1.
Oh, you like Pat?
And then Najee's gonna. I do like Pat.
Yeah.
Najee's gonna pound one in.
Exactly.
So that's what he's gonna get one there, and then
there's gonna be a blown coverage for the Justin Jefferson one.
Jefferson's he's averaging 100 yards a game. So
walking on a 65-yard touchdown.
I think he's gonna be fine to catch a touchdown at least. He'll definitely be a target. And I haven't watched the Vikings play a lot this year.
There's no reason to.
I tried to not.
Yeah.
Just because Kirk Cousins, it's hard. That's tough football to watch.
It's like watching mayonnaise.
Yep. I don't know what that means.
I don't need. It's like no one's excited about the mayonnaise portion of their sandwich, but if it's on there, it's like I guess it's all right, but it's not.
Or it could be left outside for too long and it's no good. So I think that I appreciate Kirk. I don't know what exactly. I mean, Michigan
made a lot of money.
Michigan State alum playing against Pitt in the Peach Bowl in Georgia on December 30th. So maybe I don't like him for that
playing
reason
against
too.
Pitt and Kenny Pickett might not even play that game.
Whipple's gone.
He might not even play that game.
Changing gears really quick to college. Whipple's gone. I wouldn't be surprised if after the Heisman came out, Kenny said I've seen some of the quotes that Kenny said about Whipple, Mark Whipple, and how big of a role he plays in his overall game, and not only that, just him coming back to Pitt for a senior year in general. So I wouldn't be surprised if after the Heisman,
Pitt does. I mean, he doesn't want to hurt his first round draft pick. He's not a first round draft pick. If Kenny Pickett goes before late third round, if Kenny
someone's
going
to be desperate enough.
The
Bears don't have a great track record of quarterbacks in the draft. So.
Yeah, but they're not taking one this year. They just took Justin Fields.
They took Trubisky a couple years ago.
Well, Trubisky, 6th overall or so. No, 2nd. No, they traded up past Patrick Mahomes to get Deshaun Watson. Well, maybe that was not a bad. Maybe look in hindsight over there. Mitch Trubisky hasn't been to a massage parlor in a while, so that's probably good. Or maybe he has and no one cares because he's just so bad at football. So that's our picks for the Pittsburgh Minnesota game. We like the over at 44.5. If you want to double dip on that, you can go Steelers plus 9.5 over 38.5. I like that one. I already have that one in, and then I have some money on the boost of Justin Jefferson and Najee Harris to get a touchdown today plus 350. You said you looked at some lines. I'm interested. Anything else?
I also said, is that enough for Thursday?
I think so. For like 2 hours from now, yeah.
It'll be an interesting game to watch. I'll tune into that for Thursday.
For sure.
Double-digit lines.
Okay. A lot of double-digit lines.
And close to double-digit. A couple 9.5s in here, too.
Yeah. Could get to double digits before Sundays.
What are your thoughts on the Jaguars plus 8.5 at the Titans?
I mean, doesn't this just feel like a Jaguars lose this game outright after they lost to the Texans? But they are getting healthier. They are getting
the Jaguars lose this game outright, or the
Titans. I mean, yeah. It really does. But apparently some stuff came out this week. I don't know if you saw it or not. Where Trevor Lawrence apparently, dude got Robinson, their running back got benched for not doing something correctly. And
is that in practice?
No, this was in the game. And I guess like in the post game conference, Trevor Lawrence was just like, that's the guy we need on the field. I don't know why he was on the sideline. So kind of said that just like a direct shot. When you're a rookie quarterback, you're not taking shots at your coach like that, but he did. So maybe the boys play inspired, maybe not. What is it? 8.5?
Is there a movie where like the kid, like the players like despise the coach so much that they play well in spite of him?
Remember the Titans.
If it's no.
Great
guess. If there was a movie like that, we could be watching it right now, because I think with comments like that, Urban with what he's been going through, and also with if that was Urban's call to bench him,
so crazy because it doesn't feel like he lost the locker room even after all that stuff.
I mean, how do you know?
Because they're not getting blown out of games.
Well, that's the thing.
Jesse said varsity
Are
blues.
the players playing well in spite? That could be it. I never watched the whole thing. I just watched a few.
You're
a
my
few
boy,
clips
Blue.
Yep, everyone's familiar with that. Well, that's also old school. The
Did you lose your train?
Yeah, I lost my train of thought. I'm getting back on.
The fireball.
I'm catching back
All
up.
right.
So I think the Jaguars, I think, are partially playing well in spite of their head coach. If their head coach decided to bench him, and then Trevor Lawrence says that, I mean, that's something that kind of rings in my ears. Like, this is a business, this is a profession, this is their job. These aren't children that are at not that people in college are children,
it's grown men,
but these aren't children that you can kind of discipline in that way and expect them to react like, oh, okay, now that you bench me, now I'm going to do. Like, I don't think you can rule NFL teams with an iron fist.
No, it's definitely when there's millions of dollars on the line, it's definitely a different vibe. What I will say to that, I don't have any action on that game, but the Titans should win that pretty handily.
Well, I got Jaguars plus 8.5. I think the Jaguars
plus 8.5.
Plus 8.5. I think they could win that game. I think Trevor Lawrence has gone through. He's lost 10 games this year after losing 1. 0?
I think 2 since high school, 3 since high school.
So maybe. It's something that he is, if nothing else, going to try to learn. I think he's coming along.
This is important
in terms of his development.
Julio Jones and AJ Brown are both back.
Tannehill's still the quarterback,
but
we're seeing the Tannehill that gets paid, and I appreciate that you get your contract, and that's great. But I don't think that
you're not a Tannehill guy.
No, I was last year. You could have talked me into it, and especially even remember the first game this year.
Yeah,
it was or the first week this year. We taled about Tannehill having.
They got smacked by the Arizona Cardinals, who turned out to be a good team.
Yeah, they're pretty good, and even still, the Titans at 8-4. I mean, they're having a good season themselves. They are 23rd in passing yards in the NFL. So
okay,
Jones hasn't really done a whole lot to impress me.
Well, he's been injured. He has not been playing
even whenever he's on the field.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
He's invisible.
You like Jags plus 8.5. All right,
Jags plus 8.5. Yeah.
I'll watch that bet. I'll cheer for you. I mean, I want Trevor Lawrence to succeed. I think I want him to be good. So,
is that just because he's listening?
Is he listening? Big week this week. I'm telling you, it's going to be a big week this week. How about this one? It's almost a double-digit line. Vegas at Kansas City. I was at plus 9.5 when I saw it. Vegas at Kansas City plus 9.5. How do you feel about that?
I'll say a little bit more about this one later on the show, but I think that the clock is striking midnight for Kansas City.
Oh, now they're finally starting to play well.
We've seen this movie before. It's a couple weeks and then a couple weeks. They go a couple weeks at a time.
This could be the time where they get on that run.
Could be, but I don't think it's going to be.
That being said, I absolutely like I like Vegas plus 8 and plus 9.5 here.
That's what the Chiefs don't look like. They don't look like a team that's like. Last year, or maybe the last 2 years, like the offense went on the field, you're like, "Oh, watch this! This is gonna be great."
Yeah.
Now the offense goes on the field, you're like, "This could be 3 and out. This could be like one weird play." Like it used to be almost a sure thing. Like Tyreek Hill, Pringle, Hardman, somebody's gonna catch something and do something weird. And then this year, it just doesn't. Kelsey was also the same way. This year, it just doesn't seem like a sure thing. It seems like there's a little uncertainty on the offense.
You know what it kind of feels like? This Kansas City team, it kind of feels like the Harlem Globetrotters are playing, but the Washington Generals are actually trying. You know what I mean? Because there's no way they get away with all that stupid stuff if the Generals are actually trying to stop them.
Sure.
And that's kind of what it feels like. Kansas City against the spread. Kansas City is a tough place to play, and it is at Kansas City. Since 2020, Kansas City is 13-18 against the spread. Vegas is 3-1 as a road dog in 2021. Carr is having a good year. Carr's having a good year. A lot of people remember when, like week 3. We started talking about NFL futures.
That's correct.
Carr to lead the NFL was plus 3,800. He's second in the NFL right now in pass yards. So, not my most confident bet of the week, but I will take Vegas plus 9.5. Mahomes is 6-1 in his career against the Raiders, so maybe consider that like a money line parlay. If you want to take you don't want to take the Chiefs at all. Well, you could still take the Chiefs to win it outright. If you're going to take the Vegas Raiders as your bet the house pick, but if you do that, still
they also just saw the Chiefs a few weeks ago.
And it was a blowout.
November 14th, they lost to the Chiefs 41-14.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, that's the Oregon Ducks prove that you can lose to the same team twice in a matter of 3 weeks by a large margin. So,
Utah.
Yeah.
Go Utes.
Nope. So,
Nope.
So
you're a Ducks fan.
Yeah.
You're a little bit of a Ducks fan.
So,
you love Chip Kelly.
Bring him back. I hope they bring him back.
They're talking about
Cristobal's gone.
Someone's talking about bringing.
A lot. Cristobal looks like he wears like a really tight undershirt all the time, underneath like a really tight polo. It makes me uncomfortable. But anyways, I digress.
Yeah,
it's
a weird take.
It's easy.
I'm not going to watch the film. I'm not going to watch the film. I'm not going to watch the film.
It is possible to lose to the same team in a short span of time and by large margins, but I still think that the Raiders plus 9.5 is very generous.
All right, yeah, I like it's a divisional game. I'll take Vegas plus 9.5. For that one for sure. The next game I have on my list here, I'm not going to make a pick on it, at least not on like the line itself, but Saints at Jets, there's really not much to talk about here. The Jets aren't very good. The Saints have lost 5 in a row. Not really interested in this line. Like I said, Taysom Hill is the starting quarterback, so that's not going to be.
Yikes. What reality are we living in? That's the truth.
I mean, dude, he got paid, and he got paid.
Yes, he did.
And as a
rightfully
quarterback,
so. I mean,
as a gadget guy, but as a quarterback, I mean, like,
whoops.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
That's why I did live bet at the live casino.
Taysom Hill scored touchdown.
Whenever the Saints were playing the Cowboys last week.
Yeah.
Just put 20 on the Saints money line, and
you wasted that 20.
Didn't get that back.
Yeah, you did not. You did not. Well, we're gonna get it back for you this week.
So that's why I watched Taysom Hill play very poorly.
He's not good. He doesn't have the reps of a quarterback under his belt yet. But I will tell you this, as somebody who watches the Jets every week, there's not many of us, but as somebody who watches the Jets every week, I will tell you that they are not. Yeah. Oh, every week. That's why I drink a lot. They are not good at stopping the screen pass. They're not good at stopping running back screen passes. And Alvin Kamara is going to be back this week. So just to tell you this right now, against the Jets against running backs this year, Carolina, they gave up 93 yards to the running back. The Titans, they gave up 94 yards to the running back. The Patriots, they gave up 123 yards of the running back on screen passes. Bengals 74, Eagles 55. They are awful against the screen. I don't know what the line is going to be because the line's not out yet. Whatever that line is, take Alvin Kamara over his receiving yards. Whatever it is. It is 5.5. The Jets could win this game. This is a game the Jets could win. They shouldn't, but this is a game the Jets could win. The Saints have lost 5 in a row. Alvin Kamara over his rushing yards or receiving yards, whatever that is.
A game the Jets could win. That should
be a book.
We've known each other for a long time.
It should be a book.
I've heard you say that countless times. So I'm glad that you're still.
Yeah, they can win every game.
I don't know if I'm glad that you're still holding on to that, or maybe just like it's
really more sad at this point.
Yeah. Why don't you just come back to
it? Hurts.
Come back. But also that are you going to watch that game?
Oh hell yeah. Haven't missed the Jets game in 5 years.
Let me know how it goes. I'm probably not going to watch that. I mean, that's a great quarterback duel.
Dude, Zach Wilson, rookie of the year. Rookie of the week last week. Offensive rookie of the week. Pepsi. They voted. I don't know why you're laughing.
Anyways, let me know.
No, they voted. It was Zach Wilson, offensive, and he's a good-looking dude. I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm secure with my manhood. Zach Wilson and Jimmy Garoppolo. He's a good-looking dude.
Speaking of...
And Leonardo DiCaprio. It would be weird if I just named dudes for the next hour. What are you thinking?
I think I was ready for you to finish. I mean,
No,
I don't want
it.
to cut you off.
No, that's it. That's all.
So it was,
Ryan Gosling.
Yep. I think everybody has to get on board. You mentioned Jimmy G. The Niners are at the Bengals. The Bengals are dogs. The Bengals are home dogs.
They didn't start that way. It didn't start that way. The line has moved that much. It started at like the Bengals were giving like 2.5. It opened at like the Bengals. I'm pretty sure it opened Bengals like giving 2.5, and now they're getting.
Did we miss some news?
Not that I'm aware of.
I think that Bengals money line might as well, right?
At this point,
Bengals money line might as well. I think that I don't know. The 49ers do have a pretty, whenever they choose to, it seems like it's not consistent, but they have a pretty potent offense.
Yeah.
That they can put up some points. But I think that they got 30, 23, 34, 30, 31. So they put up points in their last 4 games, averaging about 30, which is a good number. And
Mitchell was getting a ton of touches. He could be out. Their running back, Elijah Mitchell.
I think. Well, they have Mostert. Is he still the backup there?
He's also injured.
No. So but anyway, at any rate, I like the Bengals money line. I think that they've underperformed the last couple of weeks, and I expect them to make their way back in a big way.
I am all on board with this Bengals team this year. I am all on board with this Bengals team. They are fun to watch. If you would have told me week 1 of the NFL season, the 2021 NFL season, the Bengals would be the most fun team to watch on TV, I'd been like, that's probably bullshit. But they are. They got guys. Jamar Chase. You have Joe Mixon's playing better than he's played in his entire career right now. Joe Burrow's playing good. The only thing that concerns me is Joe Burrow did hurt his pinky last week on his throwing hand, and apparently, I've never played football. I look like Ellen DeGeneres since she gave up. Yeah, I've never played football.
You're 5'10" with size 13 shoes. You running around on the football field is not good for anybody.
Hilarious. But apparently, the pinky is the last thing that holds onto the football to create that spiral, and it really hurts him. He said he's not going to miss any games, but I expect that to be a really heavy. It would be weird, right?
Pinky out.
To throw like a British Parliament. Something like a good day to you, sir. A little spot or two with the Queen. But I want them to win. I don't have any action on this game, but I think there's a lot of value in them getting a money line. I think what is that money line plus what?
It's -102 right now. So that's what the +1.5 is -110. So
you might as well just get the points.
Pick your poison. Yeah. If you think if they lose by 1, whatever.
So you like that Bengals -1.5?
Yeah, I like the Bengals +1.5.
+1.5. Sorry.
And then the other thing, I agree with you that the Bengals being a fun team to watch is so much surprising. I don't want to give Joe Burrow too much credit, but I almost look at the Bengals completely differently without Marvin Lewis, without Andy Dalton, with Joe Burrow. That team, the whole franchise just seems totally different to me.
Yeah.
In the matter of a couple years,
which is awesome. Which is what they should be the blueprint for every NFL rebuild moving forward.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. I think their results are going to show that too in the short term. So I think it's the Bengals, +1.5 minus or money line -102. Pick your poison.
Yeah, you listening, Texans? Texans are. Wow.
Speaking of them, let's just jump on them really quickly since you mentioned them. You
brought
them up. I thought Tyrod. I actually picked Tyrod Taylor up in my fantasy league. Are they playing? Are the Texans playing this? Yes, they are. They're at home against the Seahawks, and they're giving 8.5 points.
They're getting 8.5 points.
They're getting 8.5 points.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I don't want to talk about the Texans. I still think Tyrod Taylor's a good quarterback. I think he had a poor outing in his last showing, and I think that he could very well run over teams himself and make things happen. Obviously, he did not last time, but I think he could.
I agree. I think there is. I'm not touching this game, but with Jamal Adams out on defense, that defense has already been bad. I think there is again, not touching this game, but I think there is a ton of value on the Texans money line at plus what?
Texans money line +320 on FanDuel.
+320. So you put some money on that. I think there's a ton of value in that. One of the games that I do want to talk about while we have you here is Dallas at the Washington football team. Is it still 4.5?
I'm glad you brought that up.
Is it still 4.5?
No, it's actually Cowboys -4 is -114 right now.
Oh, it's down to -4.
Mm-hmm.
All over that. All over that.
In which direction? Dallas?
Yeah. Dallas. Listen, if you bet with Dallas this year, they've they've taken care of you. They have like one of the best against the spread records in the NFL. I think they're like 9-3 against the spread. They're playing. They weren't playing great football. They're back to playing decent football. They lost 3 out of 4. They won last week. They still have the best offense in the NFL as far as yards per game, points, things like that. So here's the thing. Why I know you love when I say that. Washington football team has what do they have? They have the one of the best defenses at stopping the run.
They do.
They have one of the best defenses stopping the run. So just put the ball in Dak's hands. Get Amari Cooper out there. Get CeeDee Lamb out there. Get those guys going a little bit earlier. And if you're gonna, I don't know, Dak's speaking of great years. You thought Kirk Cousins having a good years. Dak 3,200 yards, 23 TDs, 8 interceptions. Yeah, I'm all over Dallas -4.
So you're not threatened by Washington football team winning 4 in a row.
They're gonna come back to earth, man.
Not giving up more than 19 points in any of those 4 wins.
Not worried about it. I'm telling you who they play. Tell me who they played.
Tampa Bay.
Sure, they suck.
That was the only good one.
Yeah.
I had to get that one in. Tampa Bay, Carolina, Seattle, and then the Vegas Raiders. That was a good.
Carolina with Cam Newton or with Sam Darnold or with PJ Walker, because it might have been PJ Walker at the time.
Really does it matter?
It doesn't. Well, Christian McCaffrey is probably out too.
Yeah, McCaffrey was in, and Cam Newton was the quarterback.
Okay. So
Cam Newton.
It's just they've surprised me the last 4 weeks. Winning 4 in a row, no one could have died. If you took Washington football team money line the last 4 weeks, you've made some serious money.
Yeah.
You know who did that? Nobody, because there's 0% chance that was going to happen. So what I would say is, Washington football team, your run ends this week. Dallas is going to take care of that. 4 points is I don't know. I'm all over that.
I'm not touching it because for a couple reasons. One, Washington's won 4 in a row, and I don't know what they're capable of. Ron Rivera's at the helm there, right? So
yeah, he's a good coach. Yeah,
you get Washington football team to win 4 in a row. You're a pretty good coach. That might be Hall of Fame worthy stuff.
Let's bring Dwayne Haskins back. See if we can do it
again. I'm not touching that. I just enjoy this matchup, like Dallas versus Washington.
It's a divisional game.
It just feels like a Thanksgiving Day game. Like anytime they play, it's like a rivalry between the teams, which I always find rivalries between the teams odd in professional sports because the average lifespan of a professional athlete's like 7 or 8 years.
Right. How longer. They keep that bad blood that long?
Yeah, it's like there's a whole new people versus 20 years ago, but there's still bad blood that either people are creating themselves, the fans create. The players kind of feel it. They just want to beat that for their fans. I don't know. But I always enjoy this matchup a lot. Cowboys versus Washington football team on the grass in Washington. I'm not going to touch it, but I probably will try and tune in a couple plays of that.
I think Dallas wins by like 30.
I hope they do for you.
I think Dallas wins by like 30. Any other games you want to talk about?
You know what? We can talk a little. Well, we already kind of hit on it, so I'll say a little bit more about the Raiders. I'm taking Raiders plus 9.5. I looked through you found a better one. There were 2 games that I was kind of going back and forth with, and then when I looked at the other one again, I said, yeah, that's going to be it. Okay, and it's not going to surprise you very much. The Raiders plus 9.5 is what I'm going to take on that. So I'll just finish my thoughts on that. Just with that, okay. Raiders plus 9.5.
All right, I have bad news for you.
What do you think?
I think we're on the same bet the Haas pick this weekend, and we've never hit when we were on the same bet the Haas pick.
Well, Washington won 4 in a row. All good things must come to an end.
I got to tell you though, I kept this a surprise. For really good hot take this week. Really good hot take this week. I have a really good. I'm really actually excited about it. Any other games you want to talk about in the NFL on the NFL slate before we get into to our overs or our bet the Haas?
I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen in the Monday night game, but Rams at Cardinals will be
electric.
Can't miss TV. I'm looking forward to a big game coming out of that. So
what do you bet? I mean, you got to put some.
You got Cardinals -2 at home. The Rams on the road. Did the Rams play last week? Are they playing this week?
Are they playing this week? Yeah, they're playing Monday night. Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Did they play last week? I don't remember.
We can find out.
I don't think they did.
I don't think they did. So I think Rams coming off of Los Angeles Rams. They did play last week. They beat the Jaguars 37-7.
That's right.
Any team that plays the Jags, I mean, basically a bye week, right?
Yeah. But you took the Jags this week.
Well, that's what they're coming off of their bye week.
I would say, Give me. You can't bet against the Cardinals right now.
I think it's correct.
Yeah, you can't bet against the Cardinals right
minus
now.
2.
It's not an official pick for me. Drew, are you locking that as an official pick? No, okay.
I don't want to. I just want to enjoy this game.
It'd be fun. Good TV to watch.
So let's just. We're going to talk about overs here in a second. Maybe we'll revisit this one.
That's a big over.
51.5. Not for them.
Is it? I thought it was 53. Oh, the Buffalo game's 53, isn't it?
That's correct.
PJ said Rams win big. I mean, they haven't yet. When they played anybody, they haven't yet. So I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying if I were to put money on a team, it would probably be the Cardinals just because I don't know. I mean, Sean McVay's one of those guys where he was real hot for a little while and then it's like, meh. And then, he has all the pieces. He has all the, like, you ever play Madden or NHL and you play a guy that bought all the players and then you're like, well, shit, I got no chance. That's Sean McVay in real life. And they lost like 4 games in a row, which was just crazy.
Well, he also did what he did with Jared Goff, so I think we could put some respect on his name for that for at least a little bit. But they do have a seeming all-star team over there right now, which I think Arizona. You could make an argument. Arizona's they're not
bad.
They're not short-staffed on star players.
I mean, they made James Conner look good.
Was he still leading the NFL in rushing touchdowns?
I don't know.
I think he is.
But James Conner, if you make James Conner look good, I respect you because I watched that man run in Pittsburgh and wasn't good. I
thought he was great. He was great. He was great in high school. He was great at Pitt. He was great.
1 year. He had one good year in the NFL.
But anyways, yeah, he's getting a lot of touchdowns, getting a lot of touches from Bruce Arians out there in Arizona. But we'll revisit that whenever we talk about the overs.
All right. Well, hey, guess what?
Well, the first over I'd like to talk about is the Rams at the Cardinals. It's 51.5 right now. I'm sorry, were you ready to go to over?
Yeah. That was just great.
So this game, I think this game's going to go way over.
I'd like to talk to you about our Lord and Savior. This game's going to go way over?
51.5, yeah. I don't think that's going to be enough to contain them.
They have both teams have great defenses, though. That's what I don't understand. Both teams have really, really good defenses. You have the Rams have everybody that you could ever want as a defense. Like you have Aaron Donald.
They're stacked at every level.
Jalen Ramsey. You have
is Von Miller there?
Von Miller. Yeah. So how are you putting up? I mean,
they're stacked at the line, at the linebacker, and at the secondary. So that's what it makes sense. Which that's 3 players. There's still 8 more that have to play, and they don't play every down. So
it's true.
I think that 51.5 is certainly attainable. Maybe even the first half.
I mean, you just got to go for it if you're going to go for it. If you're going to go for it, you just got to bet that.
Monday night. Just you're licking your wounds from Sunday.
No. We're having a big week.
No, if you decided not to go with what we're talking about here, maybe had a tough night on Saturday night for the UFC fight. And then we can go through and just hit everything on the over 51.5.
Hey, we do have some UFC news coming up. We got some UFC picks. Drew and I don't watch UFC at all, so
I have watched a few because
you're friends with these guys.
Yeah, exactly right, and that's what I've learned a little bit more about how to bet it and what's exciting to bet, and it actually does make it more interesting.
Well, I'm sure if you knew what you were betting on, it's probably a lot of fun. I mean, I'll throw some money on I'll throw some money on the picks that our expert's going to give us here. Here's an over that I like, Drew, and I think you will also like it. Los Angeles Chargers versus the New York Giants at over's 43. That seems super, super low. The Chargers have the ability to put up those points by themselves. Their defense isn't playing good, so they could give up some points there. This line seems low. The Chargers put up 40 points 2 times in the last 4 weeks. Their offense is clicking. Keenan Allen's going to be out. I think he's on the COVID list. He could come back if he does 2 negative tests or whatever. I think over 43. I think it gets over 43.
I'm not touching that because we don't know what's going to happen at the quarterback position for the Giants. So the Giants, it's Mike Glennon best case.
But no, they said Danny Dimes could be back.
I don't believe that.
Me either.
But
I think you're saying
best
that.
Case,
So
then you got what? Jake Fromm.
Jake from State Farm.
So you got Jake Fromm, which that could be if he is. I don't know where he's at in the depth chart. I know he's on the roster.
Right.
They just signed him.
Yeah, it's got to be 3rd. Yeah, no, he's probably practice squad.
So it's something that an original 5th round pick from Georgia, and drafted by the. What team was he drafted by?
I think Buffalo.
Buffalo's correct.
Georgia.
Well, so, anyways, this could be like a Disney movie that's playing out in front of our eyes where he throws for 404 touchdowns for the Giants. I don't think that's going to happen.
A Mike White story.
I don't think that's going to happen.
A Mike White story.
However, it could. But I'm not touching the over in that game. No thanks. The Chargers are. We agree the Chargers are gonna have to get most of the way there, and I think at this time of the year, they're content with just winning games. I think they're gonna see how bad the New York Giants are, and then I don't think their starters are gonna play the whole game.
I don't disagree with you, but I would say at this point in the year, you have a game in the bag already. Instead of taking your starters out, maybe like in the third quarter, if the game's already in the bag, you start trying stuff to see what works. To put stuff on film so you can dissect it a little bit more. So maybe they put that. I'm taking you over here, 43 points. That can happen all day long. Another over I like, Cowboys versus the Washington football team, 48. You just told me, I did not know this. You just told me that Washington hasn't given up more than 19 points in the last 4 weeks.
Correct.
Which means they're just due.
They've won.
They're just due to give up a ton.
They've won their last 2 games, 17-15, identical scores.
Huh. Wonder if that's ever been. That's a weird score.
That is an odd score, but you know what? We're in the era of 33-yard extra points and 2-point conversions and win conditions and all sorts of stuff.
Where's this? This is in Dallas, so it's in a dome.
No, this is at the Washington.
That's what I meant. I have it on my paper verse.
The opposite of a dome.
Yeah,
it's outdoors on natural grass.
Huh. I like it over 48. What are you feeling? How you feeling about any other overs you like?
Let me scan what I got here. Jaguars Titans. I'm going to go back to that one. To the well, over 43.5.
Okay.
Is minus 115. But I think that the Jaguars offense can wake up a little bit. Their defense has been playing all right, and then I think that the Titans, with the weapons back, they could threaten to score a few points too.
I have a pick for this game.
Do you?
Yeah. Jaguars over 17 team points.
Oh, I like that.
Titans are giving up way too many points to bad teams. They are a bad team. So the Jaguars are a bad team. So I think they get over. I think they get over 17.
And I think within the past few weeks, I've witnessed Urban Meyer call a timeout whenever he's like down 10 with like 40 seconds left.
Yeah, with
absolutely no chance.
Yeah.
So he always plays to the end. Plays to the clock.
Whether he realizes it or not.
Play to 000.
The standard is the standard. Do you have any?
You didn't get a chance to talk.
What's that?
Just speaking of Mike Tomlin quotes.
Yeah.
The one about Chase Claypool asking to play music in practice.
Oh, yeah.
That was one of my favorite Mike Tomlin quotes.
What did he say?
I'm going to butcher it, so don't take it verbatim, but something to the effect of Chase Claypool is going to catch footballs and I'm going to run the practices. I think that is
something like that, yeah.
And the words that he used were, I think that is that division of labor is appropriate. That's a good quote. That's a great fuck you. That's absolutely fantastic.
I'm gonna get that tattooed on my chest.
Yep, that division of labor is appropriate.
Do you have any more overs you like? Any more overs you like?
Let me just scan the.
You took one.
List. Falcons, Panthers over 42.5. Nope.
Yeah.
Lions at Broncos over 42.5.
You took two. You took the Monday night one.
Yep.
Monday Night Football over.
How about the Packers at home versus the Bears over 43? That's a Sunday night game, by the way.
Yeah,
in Green Bay.
Packers going to be putting up all those
almost
points?
to mid-December.
Justin Fields is starting. He's back. It's not Dalton anymore.
So you think like a 35-13, 48-point game?
Could be. Could be.
Packers favored by 11.5.
Here, can I tell you this?
Talk to me.
All right, I'll talk to you through this a little bit. NFL rookies as quarterbacks that get injured and sit out a few weeks. Typically, when they come back the next week, they play better. All right, because they've seen the game. They've seen somebody else work in that offense. They kind of understand where the routes are going, where their checkdowns are, things like that. So I expect Justin Fields to have a better day. That being said, I think Green Bay absolutely wins this game. I think Green Bay minus 11.5. You can take that all day. I also think that you look at me kind of funny there. You don't like that?
Well, I think the Green Bay wins this game. They're minus 650 on the money line, so I would bet they win this game. But you were talking about the spread.
I think they cover minus 11.5. Yeah. I also think that Justin Fields a good bet for this game. Justin Fields to not throw an interception. Usually rookies are a little bit more careful with the ball when they come back from an injury like this. It could get over. It could get over because I think because of that.
A 35-13 game. That gets it over. That's all you need.
All right.
I think that
you're taking that over?
I think that the Packers in December at home, they're going to score some points, and then the Bears will pile on a little bit afterwards. I think that the Bears are not in great shape as a franchise.
Is it 40 what?
43 total right now.
I like it. Hey, the Lions are covering machines too, so if you're interested in that, it's -10. If you're interested, if they're getting 10. If you're interested in that,
I can't watch is it Dan Campbell?
yeah,
I can't watch a Dan Campbell press conference.
yeah, it's aggressive.
He stands. He's just like he looks uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable. I'll read the quotes, but the watching him almost like also he's a large man, so
Yeah.
he looks like he's about to pick up the podium like by like the equivalent of like picking me up by my ear.
Yeah.
Like and then just like flipping the podium over. It's uncomfortable.
It is uncomfortable.
But they are. I'm glad they got their first win. I'm happy for that franchise. I think that Campbell, his players definitely play hard for him. So
they love him.
Yeah.
They love him. The dude's doing something right.
I hope he stays.
So you got a parlay for us then? I got one if you want to take
go ahead
a second.
and line yours up.
Yeah. Mine's just a money line parlay, so we're into our parlay pick of the week. Mine's a money line parlay. I got the Chargers, Bucks, Cowboys, and Cards. Chargers, Bucks, Cowboys, Cards plus 397. Chargers, Bucks, Cowboys, Cards are my parlay of the week. I already think the Chargers are going to win this game for sure. I think the Bucks get it done against Buffalo, which is the only question mark there. The Cowboys definitely, and the Cards plus 397.
I got Bucks, Bengals, Lions.
Bucks, Bengals. You got taken all with the points?
Bucks -3, Bengals +1.5, Lions +10.
Bucks, Bengals.
That's going to be +581.
Oh, all right.
On your bet slips on FanDuel right now.
Plus 581. Lions they've covered 6 of the last 8 games. That's not bad for a 1-10 team.
Or you could make that a 3-leg teaser if you like for +140.
I mean, it's safer.
That gets you 6 points either way. Yep.
Yeah, that's safer. At this point in the show, we do. So coming up yet, we still have our Bet the Has pick. And we always end the show on a hot take. But before we get there, we have a very special guest.
We have a guest.
A very special guest.
And we're going to go off topic for a little bit here too.
Yes.
We're going to put the football. We're going to take the football. We're going to put it to the side.
We're going to kneel down. We're going to take a knee.
And what is that? No, it's not a stop sign, but it is still an octagon. That is the UFC ring that we are feasting our eyes upon. Big fight weekend this weekend.
I have been told there's a big fight this weekend. I know nothing about the UFC.
People in the know are excited about this weekend.
Yes. It's like if you're not a golfer and you watch the Masters, everybody kind of watches the Masters. These fights are like the big fights, and you have to watch them. I've never watched one. I might do it this week.
I think it's worth it.
I think
it's worth. Like we'll follow the leader here.
Yeah.
For some of our picks, and whenever you do have things, you do have a couple bucks riding on the fight.
I'm sure it makes that way more. Yeah. So joining us now is a man who needs no introduction, but I will give him one. This man was a former college friend of ours.
Lived in the same building.
Hey, we lived in the same building. Avid sports betting enthusiast, and overall, well, I was gonna say overall he's a good person, but I don't know if that's true.
A great dresser.
He does dress good.
Very good at video games, but not as good as myself.
Mm-hmm. And there's been many a nights where we've stayed up playing NHL until 3 a.m. with this man. This man is coming to us from his home, wherever that might be. The man that needs no more introduction than that, but Lord Tabai. I'm going to give him, oh, shoot, I messed it up already. Don't answer that one. That was my fault. I got to get you on the screen here. Lord Tabai, now I need you to answer that one. I need you to answer this one right here. Hopefully he's there. If he's not there, I think he just picked up.
Gentlemen,
what's
can you
up?
hear me?
Let me get you on the screen here. Let's go. He is well dressed.
He is very well dressed.
Lord Tabai. He told me I had to call him that or he wasn't going to answer the phone.
Oh, yeah. Hey, by the way, introducing me as your former friend, I'm not quite sure how that goes over with me, but I thought we were still buddies.
I didn't say former friend. I said you were a nice guy, and then I said I should.
I'll defend Derek. These lights are very bright in here. He may have misspoke. Former college classmate.
Former college.
Because we weren't roommates. You and I were former roommates.
Right.
We never roomed with Nick. We never had that privilege. Although the year after we moved out, he moved in. So
it's true. So welcome.
This is just like college, brother, except for it smells a little better here and everybody weighs a little bit more. Well, except for me, I still look fucking fabulous, obviously. But you
look you look like a youth pastor that's about to drop a mixtape.
I look like I'm about to make your wallets fatter, boys.
Let's go.
I'm about to do here.
So are you actually a lord?
I am actually a lord. Yes, I own property in Scotland. Nice little piece of property there.
Really?
Deems me a lord. Yeah, absolutely.
And you got this property from sports betting, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean, all the overflow, yeah, I put it towards my
All
property.
the overflow. I love it, man. I love it. So break it down for us here. You are a resident expert in UFC, and if anybody's in the chat there, I'll relay the chats to you as well. That might have some things. You said you had 3 categories of picks for us.
I got 3 categories of picks. First being the Lord's long shots. These ones are probably going to hit, but these are not the locks of the day.
All right.
Second category being the Lord giveth and you taketh, because that's what I'm about is giving. And back to you guys. And then finally, the locks. This is where you're going to want to make your money. This is if you have kids and you want to put presents under their tree for Christmas. Praise the Lord's locks, because we are getting richer.
I love it. Hey, Tabby, give us a little background on your UFC. When did you get into it? When did you kind of start betting on it?
This feels like a Ty Lopez sketch.
I was a huge UFC fan. I mean, going back to college at WEC, and then the UFC kind of merged together, did their thing. I started betting whenever I had enough money to start betting the sports. But then I figured you just have to bet one, you win that, and you keep continuing to win. Your money starts to pile up pretty quick.
Heck yeah.
That's how you get those chains.
Hey, a couple things, by the way, guys. Mayo makes the sandwich. I don't know what you were talking about before. It's kind of
but like you're not excited about. You know what I mean? Like if you're looking forward to do you dip things in mayo?
People from Norway dip their fries.
Wait, really?
You're disappointed. Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's gross.
You're disappointed if there's no mayo. And also, Drew, to you, Tyrod Taylor stinks, dude.
Oh, there's no Tyrod Taylor slander allowed on this show.
We'll
see.
Stinks.
Last year he did not show up. Or last week he did not show up very well. I expect him to perform better this week. I'm still on the bandwagon. He had his lung punctured by a doctor.
I'm sorry, Tyrod. He watches the show. It's fucking rude. So Nick, give it what you're doing the long shots first, right?
Yeah, 269 is going to be an absolutely massive card in T-Mobile, Las Vegas, Nevada. I got a couple friends going out there. It's going to be a good time. First off, we have the Lord's long shots, and we have a very good fight. It's actually on the main card. Should be third one in. Jeff Neal versus Santiago Ponzinibbio. All right. I'm going to take Santiago minus 110 to win this fight. Santiago is an absolute animal coming straight from Argentina to Florida, American top team fighter, extremely well-rounded. And what you guys got to love about this is a good fight to get your feet wet, because this guy likes to put on a show, right? He's going to go out there. He's going to throw hands. He's going to get wild. He doesn't care about getting knocked out. He'll take 1 or 2 before he gets his. But he's got to take his time. He'll win this fight. And he's fighting Jeff Neal. So let me ask you this, guys. Drew, actually specifically, in a few words, what did you do for Thanksgiving?
I ate some turkey and slept on the couch.
That's good.
You know what Jeff Neal did? Jeff Neal went out and got himself a DWI and a guns possession. All right. He had let himself in jail on Thanksgiving. This guy's not serious about the fight. Santiago's going to come in, mop him up, minus 110. Put your money in.
I like that.
Yeah. You got a guy that's not focused or whatever. I mean, maybe his family sucks. So I would make it a DWI if my family sucks. No, I wouldn't. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink and drive.
I like
don't drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive. No kidding. So minus 110 Santiago. Plus I think if you're betting, like for me, I know a lot of people bet sports. They pick the names of the people that they like, and Santiago definitely sounds like you're gonna take advice from a Santiago before a Neal's.
Wow, and I didn't have Jeff Neal spelled right. That's Jeff with a G, and Neal is N-E-A-L.
Jeff with a G?
Yep.
No chance.
Jeff with a G.
FanDuel's got Santiago minus 128.
Dude gets knocked out in the first round.
Yeah, well, I don't know about the first round, but he's probably gonna get his. He's not prepared. Now, I will tell you guys, I am breaking a rule of mine. I typically do not like to make picks before I see the weigh-ins, the live weigh-ins are tomorrow. It's something about staring them in the eyes, seeing if they're prepared, seeing if they're ready, what their body looks like after the dehydration process.
I guess.
Running out of the tunnel. It's easy done.
You got to look and see what they're about.
Well, if you do see the weigh-ins and you want to text us, we'll
can update.
We'll send out a post and amend whatever picks you want to amend.
Yeah,
I'm confident. Unless I see something crazy, I like these picks.
So you got Santiago on the first one here, and what's our next one looking like?
So next we have the Lord giveth and you taketh, because the Lord never fails and you will always prevail. We have on the undercard Ryan Hall versus Derek Minor, something along those lines. I'm going to take Ryan Hall by submission plus 130. Again, that's Ryan Hall by submission plus 130. This guy is nothing to look at. The wizard. He's built like you, D-Nop. He's going to come out there and, Eli Manning body, and he's ready to go for the no offense, ready for the heel hook, right? He's going to roll on this guy. He's going to roll, take out his legs. He's going to grab his heel, and he's going to go ahead and turn that thing until this guy taps. It's going to be a quick finish. Ryan Hall. Once you see this guy, you're going to think I'm crazy, but when he gets that finish,
is he a submission artist? Is that kind of his thing? Has his fights? Do they usually end in submission?
His fights ended in a couple different ways. Typically, if it goes the way that he wants, it's either him submitting them or getting knocked out. He's been working on his survivability here as of late, but he's going to grab that heel, put some pressure on the ankle. And the worst part of those heel hooks is if you try to squirm out of them and take that pressure off of your ankle, you're really going to mess up your knee. So some of these guys that he fights, and people don't want to take these fights with him because it's really a business decision that you have to make. It's, do I tap? Do I lose this fight? Or do I, maybe mess up my next, year of fighting?
That's so true.
And it's an important piece to note here that Tabai also, Lord Tabai also participates in MMA. Not at a competitive level, but you do go to some classes.
You do some sparring?
Right, Nick?
Speaking of my participation in MMA, I had the blessing to train with this next guy actually on the card. He's on the main event, Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Wait, you train with this guy?
Yeah, absolutely. Did some training with him out in Ohio.
In Ohio.
Yeah, I went to watch the Jake Paul fight. He had a little seminar in UFC Middleburg gym in somewhere outside of Cleveland. Got some work in with him. Great guy, great coaches. Really good experience.
What was his name? Sugar what?
Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Sugar. Sorry, it's my fault.
Yep. So we got Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Julian Paiva. It's a soft R. Julian Paiva is a pretty good fighter, actually. So Sugar Sean, he has one loss in his UFC record. He claims not to lose that fight because he got kicked in a weird spot and couldn't continue. So he still claims to be undefeated, which I believe him. But Sugar Sean is an absolute knockout artist. He's going to put together a performance that's going to be absolutely viral. He has a 72-inch reach. He's going to pick this guy apart step by step. It's going to be ugly.
So reach is, obviously I know reach is really important, but how much of an advantage would you say this guy has on reach?
I'd say about a 4 inch reach advantage on
4 inches is a lot. 4 inches is a lot.
Yeah, right.
Not to me, but to some men, 4 inches is a big. I also heard in the chat, someone did say in the chat that the dude we're interviewing sucks at ping pong. So, do you want to address that? I feel like that's
who was it? Can you name the person? In the chat?
I could, but there's just no. There's really just no reason. It's just if the facts are the facts, it doesn't matter who said it, right? Are you bad at ping pong? Let's
just put it this way: if there was a ping pong event at UFC 269, I would be walking away.
I thought it was 264.
Champion
269.
269.
Nice.
I'll be on your side there. I'm not going to. I also believe Sugar Sean O'Malley. I'm not going to disagree with him. Whatever he says.
What were the odds on that?
Minus 335 for the Sugar Show.
And FanDuel's got it at minus 310, so that's even more for money in your pocket.
Gotta hit that on FanDuel. Now, question for you, something like this, because I'm imagining. Sorry, I got to take the headphones off for a second. I'm imagining that with something like minus 310, how do you even get up in the morning to bet that? You know what I mean? Because for me, it's you bet $100 to win 31. Yeah. Obviously, I understand that they're favorites, but is there another bet that you could look for in a fight like this that might be better odds? Maybe for him to win by, I don't know, knockout or something like that, or have it. Or can you bet rounds? If they win in the first couple rounds or something like that?
Yeah, you could bet rounds. You could bet wins in the first or second round or the third round in decision. You could certainly do that. And we actually have some of that in store for you here today. The thing about the Sugar Show, he is a knockout artist, and you might have a pretty safe bet with taking the knockout, but the guy he's fighting is pretty tough. He has a pretty good chin. They're both going to be going back and forth with one another. Sean's last fight, he fought a guy on short notice with green hair. Can't remember his name. It's escaping me right now.
DK Metcalf.
But he literally, DK Metcalf. He abused this guy for 15 minutes. They just straight punished him for 15 minutes, and this guy kept walking forward. So even though the good bet may be taken by a knockout, you may win a little bit more money there. The safe bet is Sugar Sean's going to get the win.
Yeah, someone said in the chat, odds only matter if you lose, and that's right. I guess it doesn't matter what the odds are if you win.
Was that Chris Moutinho? Does that sound familiar?
No, it's PJ.
Oh no, Chris Moutinho with the green hair. With the green hair.
Oh yes, Chris Moutinho. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Do we have any other ones?
We got a couple more here.
Cool.
We got and these are going to be the locks for you.
That's what I was waiting for.
Let's go with the lock. We need some locks.
All right. If you want some Christmas presents, it is Kayakara France versus Cody No Love Garbrandt. And this is kind of what you're talking about, D-Nop. You want to go under 2.5 rounds on this at minus 134, whatever you guys have it at. But under 2.5 rounds for Kayakara versus No Love Garbrandt. Neither of these guys have any regards for human nature. They both have right hooks and right hands and overhand rights from hell. They're going to come in there swinging. Cody Garbrandt is going from 135-pound bantamweight division down to the 125-pound strawweight division.
Jesus.
I saw some photos of him. The guy looks absolutely famished right now.
Yeah.
The man needs a meal. He's going to go in there with reckless abandon. He doesn't have the best chin to begin with. He's going to be, if he doesn't hit this kid, he's going to hit him. He's going to go down under 2.5 rounds. That is an absolute lock, minus 134.
I love that.
Put the house on it.
I love that. Bet the house on it. I like that.
Bet the house.
Bet the house on it. Let's go. I like that. All right. What else? We got anything? I mean, you made me happy with that one. I'll put all my account on it right now. When's this kickoff? Saturday.
This is Saturday.
All right.
Next, we have the actual main event of the evening. Then we'll go back to my biggest lock of the night. But the main event of the evening, we have Diamond Dustin Poirier. Had the pleasure of meeting this guy. Absolute, just outstanding chap. Met him in Ohio as well. He's fighting Charles Oliveira. This could be a tough fight. It's minus 159 in favor of Dustin Poirier. He is the favorite here. Dustin Poirier just got off his win with Conor McGregor, where he snapped his ankle in half there.
Yeah.
This is a fight for the title.
Disgusting.
He just fought. Yeah, it was gruesome.
Gross.
Charles Oliveira just fought Michael Chandler, who fought last week or 2 weeks ago. Michael Chandler walks forward, takes as many shots as he can to hope to get one off. Dustin Poirier is going to be much smarter than this. He's going to be much faster. He's going to pick apart his legs. He's going to win this fight. Oliveira is well-rounded on the ground and wrestling and jiu-jitsu and standing up, but Dustin Diamond Poirier has the advantage. So if you guys want to do the diamond dance with me, that's free money, boys.
Free money.
That's free money.
The Illuminati, I think. I don't know what this. Was
That's
that minus what? 130 what?
Minus 159. I have it.
That's not bad. Minus 159. I'm all over that. All right.
And last but not least, our biggest lock of the night. Now, this is going to be a pretty big money line because it is a lock. It's the minus 900 favorite Amanda the Lioness Nunes versus Juliana Pena. As much money as you can your family, take out a loan, whatever you have, you can put together, put that amount of money on Amanda Nunes on Saturday night. She is going to defend her title for probably the 500th time. Fighting Juliana Pena does not have much to offer. She just got knocked out by Jermaine Durandamy, who Amanda Nunes had no problem finishing off. This is just an absolute, it's going to be a slaughter. If you have $900, if you have $1,800, put it together, win your money.
Is this a pay-per-view?
Most UFC events are all through ESPN now, right?
Pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view through ESPN.
Pay-per-view, yes.
Or free at the casino.
Well, that's all. Yeah, that's probably going to be at Live Casino. Yeah, probably a sports book for that. Lord Tabai, can you tell us I've watched a lot of fights. D-Nop's never watched a fight. What's something fun to look for kind of novice fight watchers that makes it fun to watch?
I mean, everybody that's a novice fight watcher, I shouldn't say I should use an absolute there, but most novice fight watchers like to see action, right? Whenever they start to roll on the ground and wrestle and jiu-jitsu takes place, it's very interesting to the enthusiast,
sure.
But everybody likes a good, slobber knocker, right? So if you're going to take a look, if you're looking for something like that, you want to talk about the first fight, Jeff Neal versus Santiago. And you're going to want to see the Sugar Sean O'Malley fight because those guys they're going to go after it.
They're just going to throw haymakers like a hockey fight.
They're going to throw haymakers and put money on it. It makes it much more exciting. If they're on the ground wrestling each other, You're gonna love it.
Someone catches one to the chin, just gets knocked out. Someone's literally lifeless on the ground, but you won like $300, and you're like, "Let's go!" That's barbaric. I'm in for that.
It's beautiful.
That's it for me. Anything else from you?
No, I'm good. Yeah, no, I think these are great picks. We're also going to we'll tweet these out. We'll make a little blog post of them. We have to. You did give us one bet the Haas pick, but we always do a bet the Haas pick. What do you got anything for us for bet the Haas
For NFL or
for NFL? Yeah, you got an NFL pick?
Well, can I give you 2 bet the house picks?
Sure.
'Cause I'm very confident in what I have.
All right, this is
All
the
right,
first.
so first one, it's going to take place tonight. I have some props for you, and I apologize, guys. I always lose stuff in this stupid house. Hang on a second. No, that's not it. Hang on a second.
We can go with ours
No,
first.
The TJ Watt jersey?
That's not what it is. That's not what it is.
That's not what it is.
No.
The Steelers
Oh, here.
socks. The terrible towel.
I'm watching
Your
this.
Pittsburgh Steelers tonight, boys. We're going straight to the Super Bowl after this one. Take your Pittsburgh Steelers. All seriousness, no, I am a hometown Yinzer, so I will bet the Steelers in every which way I can. But I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not very successful at betting the NFL. I do have a guy for that. Would you mind me buying a lifeline?
Bring him in. Who is this?
Bear with me one second. This
All
is
right.
my Uncle Tony here.
Uncle Tony? He's got to be Italian, right?
Has to be.
Uncle Tony, can you hear me? Or can you guys still hear me?
I can barely hear you.
All right, we're calling Uncle Tony.
All right, let's go.
We'll be interested to hear if we can hear this on the
Uncle
show.
Tony,
Yes, sir.
how you doing, brother?
I'm good, Lord. How are you?
I'm doing well. Hey, I need to help a couple buddies out. They're broke and not rich like us. They need a bet the house bet. What do you got for me this Sunday in the NFL?
Oh, you want the Uncle Tony pick of the week?
The Uncle Tony pick of the week, please.
Okay. Well, Uncle Tony enters this week at 86%.
86%, Uncle Tony.
Jesus.
86%. They've all been sent out. You can vouch for me.
You have
And
receipts.
listen, I don't care if they played once already. It can happen again. Kansas City Chiefs will win this game. Don't let the double-digit line. Don't let it steer you away. They'll win this game by way more than those 10 points.
Thanks, Uncle
Expect
Tony.
this to be 17 to 24 points. Lock it up. You can enjoy Christmas on that game alone.
Appreciate you, Uncle Tony. Thanks for calling, buddy. Hey, tell the kids I said hi, okay?
Tell the kids I said hi. So Uncle Tony, it was a little hard to hear. Uncle Tony said the Kansas City Chiefs are winning this game by more than what, 10 and a 9
I
and a
really
half?
hope that the audio comes through and everybody can hear that. I want to relive that actually.
Yeah, it was a little light, but so go ahead.
So, no, Uncle Tony, I heard what he said.
What
I was
he
listening
said.
very intently. He
Was it-
said the Kansas City Chiefs will not lose that football game to the Las Vegas Raiders. In fact, they were going to win by 10 or more. 17 to 24 is probably going to be the margin of victory for the Chiefs. And then I didn't hear a little quip he said, Nick, if you can fill us in.
Uncle Tony does not lie. Let me put it that way. Uncle Tony does not miss. He is at 86%. He does have receipts you can check.
Yes, receipts.
I'd go with this guy. Bet the house.
Hey,
Uncle Tony says the Chiefs. I say the Chiefs.
I'm fucking all over Uncle Tony. You get guy Uncle Tony down there. You get Uncle Tony going, oh, I bet he spends a lot of time
Hey,
at the strip in
he's down
Pittsburgh.
pantsing it.
Oh,
Uncle Tony's my guy. Uncle
hey,
Tony does not miss.
he is now
Now,
our guy
yes,
too.
Uncle Tony's
Yeah,
our
we
guy
got to
as
get
well.
an Uncle Tony.
Thank you for sharing.
We got to get an Uncle
with
Tony
us.
segment.
Thank you for sharing Uncle Tony.
No. You got to get to Uncle Tony through me. You can't have your own. Get your own Uncle Tony.
I'm gonna find my own Uncle Tony.
Shoosh.
Well, hey, Nick, we definitely appreciate you here.
Yes, thank you very much.
We appreciate it. Good luck this weekend on all your bets. If you want some NFL lines, we have those too. But your UFC fights, we will be anxiously waiting to update our listeners on what happened with this. So I thank you for stopping by.
Hey, gentlemen, it was a pleasure for having me here. Thanks for inviting me on here. Put the bets in, win the money. Thank me. Thank Uncle Tony later. We're going to do this, all right?
Uncle
All right,
Tony.
boys.
Thank you. Praise the Lord.
Nick Tabish, everybody.
Yes, sir.
The word of the Lord.
Lord Nick, Lord Rabbi, Lord Tabai.
The word of the Lord.
This is the word of the Lord.
That was great.
That was good.
Man.
That was good. Hey, so we just
I
have.
expected that to go well. I did not expect it to go that well.
He sounded like he knew what he was talking about.
He does.
That's
why
I
I thought it was important to have him on.
I understand. So we just have our bet the has pick now.
That's it.
Our bet and our hot take.
Can I change it to the Chiefs -17?
I feel like I should now. My bet the has pick this week. We're gonna wrap up real quick here since I know it's been a long show. Chargers -9.5 versus the Giants.
Yeah,
It's really that simple.
Chargers
I mean,
-9.5.
Chargers are not going to lose this game. If you got Mike Glennon starting, if you have Jake Fromm starting, it doesn't matter. I've never been more confident. I think they win by 14 points or more. That being said, you should probably bet the Giants because we're not Glennon mania, baby. Mike,
I hope he doesn't do anything weird, but yeah, I can see like the only way that I see this game not covering 9.5 is some weird backdoor cover.
Yeah,
which you always got to watch out for, but I don't foresee that either. I think it's gonna be a nice gap for the Chargers.
Chargers -9.5.
I hope it's a close first half. A close first half, and then the Chargers accelerate. They accelerate second half.
Well, the only reason the Bengals were in that game last week is because of like 3 turnovers that should have never happened. If it wasn't for that, they lose by like 30. So I think if they can beat the Bengals by 30 points, theoretically, they can beat the Giants by 9.5. I'm all over that.
And I was gonna take the Raiders as winning as a hot take. I'm no longer gonna do that.
Yeah,
so if you just want to share your hot take, that's fine.
All right, I love this hot take, guys. This is my hot take. Again, hot takes. Again, we say this every week. We don't expect them to hit. If they do hit, we've hit like 3 this year, which is really good. It was more. I've hit more hot takes than bet the has.
That's true.
This one's pretty hot. There are 7 teams in the NFL this week that are slated to score less than 20 points. So we just parlay them all together, right? It feels like this is the week where NFL teams kind of open it up, put up some huge offensive numbers. So here we go. Raiders over 19. Jets over 18.5. Jags over 17. Texans over 16. Lions over 15.5. Giants over 16. Bears over 15.5. Plus 92.44.
What?
7 teams. It's 7 teams. Look, it's Raiders
in a parlay.
Yeah, they just got to score over their team points. You want to see it?
Yeah, I need to see it.
It's Raiders, Jets, Jags, Bears.
Over on team points. Wow.
Yeah. Just their team point. And they're all under 20 points.
I think Giants over 16 is going to be tough.
That's going to be the one?
I think that's going to be tough. Other than that, I think all those other ones I can see happening. Texans over 16. I mean, with Tyrod Taylor, that's probably going to be the first half. So I have no worries about that.
So that's my hot take. That's our hot take. And guys, we are ready. We're so ready for a big week. Steelers kick off in about an hour, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up.
I got to get back.
And we do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for listening to the show. Join us next week. I think next week probably Tuesday.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll post about it and get you guys in here for the show. Thank you guys so much for listening. As always, we appreciate it. And good luck this week. Let's win some hasses.
Keep the Rays in Tampa.
Sure. I'm in for that. Until next week, gentlemen, we appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for listening. And good luck this Sunday.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Take the Over. Reminder, gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Also a reminder, get an Uncle Tony.